At last, the sunshine's starting to come out. Had a late start to the day today. We had an early morning rain that lasted for hours, but it looks like the sun's slowly peeking out beyond those dark clouds. Pretty excited. I think today we're going to be able to finish this corner off for this project and put it to bed. Let's take a look at where we're at. You'll remember I had this really tight 90-degree corner here coming into the cottage. And over here, the raised ground here came out another 4 or 5 feet. We had 2 maple trees. Me and my neighbor Guy, we felled them, bucked them up, took them away for firewood. And then our good neighbor Ralph came by with his little BX and his backhoe. We dug those stumps out of here. I came in with the LX2610, got those big stumps out of here, dropped them off in the forest for Mother Nature to take over, and then came back with my root rake grapple, smoothed out and got rid of all the roots and the other boulders or small rocks and got this thing nice and smooth. Plan had changed, if you recall. All I want to do is clean up this corner, but I also parked my trailers here. So I realized it just made sense to finish off this whole area here so that I could put one gravel pad down, not only soften that corner a little easier, but also put a nice area down here for my trailers and my boats. That's what I did. Yesterday, my gravel came right on time. Really nice gentleman that came, but I think we had a little bit of trouble trying to tailgate it out. It was all supposed to go in here, as you know, and through this area, and unfortunately it kept sticking in the back of his dump truck, and as you can see, we ended up with a whole lot of it in other places other than where it was supposed to go. But that's not a problem. I've got the LX2610, the box blades on the back, and I'm going to throw the bucket on the front. Plus, this is going to give me a lot more practice on using my bucketing skills as well as the box blade as I try to get this gravel back down where it was supposed to go, and then do a little bit of grading on the driveway itself to smooth it back out, as well as this pad area. I hope you'll stick around, and I hope we can get it done today. Alrighty, and hey, if you're new to the channel, just a warning, this might not look pretty, but it's the best I can do. Let's get her done. Okay, so I've done my first initial passes. I didn't film everything. Like I'd mentioned to you folks before, it'd be an awfully long video if I showed you all the passes. But as you can see, I got most of the extra out, but I also left some because I noticed in a few spots. If anybody's wondering where neighbor Guy is, I think you can hear him today. You'll see I dug out maybe a little bit shallower than I wanted to, so I've left some in here. And you'll see it comes all the way up the driveway here, a little bit more there, and then of course one last little dump up by the tractor. So from here, the plan is I'm going to take the box blade slowly. I'm going to shave little bits at a time with each pass and try to smooth this back out. The nice thing about leaving some of this gravel is you may have noticed over the last few videos, I had some rain ruts starting to occur here. So this will give me a chance to fill those back in and smooth it right out around the corner. Then we'll go after my new pad. One thing I'm not going to forget this time is I'm going to get this box leveled out before I begin. You folks may have remembered about a month and a half ago when Guy and I were out working on neighbor Kirk's driveway, made one little mistake. I forgot to check the level on the box, and you may recall the box was left, as you see here, in a very aggressive cutting position. I don't want it to cut today. I just want to be able to draw large amounts of that gravel over to where it's supposed to go, and then do some nice finishing on the driveway when I'm done, just to level it back out as best I can. So we're gonna make sure this box is level today. Too bad, but not finished yet. I've got a few uneven spots right around where you see the tractor there, and you can see here it needs to be smoothed out quite a bit more, or make a few more passes. I take it around the corner. But now, before I do any further on the driveway, I want to try to get this thing reasonably leveled out so that when I start to blade, or I start to do the whole thing together, it'll hopefully come in. One thing I'm not too sure about is the way this driveway comes down, because usually the rain runs this way, down this edge, and now I'm putting gravel there, so we'll see how it performs over the next few months or through the winter. But I have a feeling I'm going to end up with rain ruts right through here, but I could be wrong. I'm going to try my best, or to allow it to at least drain off into this vegetation here, and we'll see. Alrighty, let me take you for a walk. Some things I'm happy about, some I'm not that happy about. You'll see there's kind of a little undulation here. A little bit of time and work, I can fix that. But I was able to get this driveway reasonably flat back again. Granted, the box plate is not a land plane. Land plane does it a lot more, or a little better, in my opinion. I've had both of them and used both of them. Box plate, if you're a one implement person, you can't afford both. I'd recommend you get the box blade because you can do a lot more things with it than just grade gravel. But you can see here, got her all nice and flat. The only area I'm not too happy with is right here. I don't know if you could see it on camera, but there's just a little slight undulation. I think I dug a little too deep in this area when I was getting that excess gravel back to where I'm parking my trailers. But I've got gravel. Once those turtles hatch, I can use that gravel to feather that in there. This turned out pretty good. I'm gonna try to show it to you here as best I can. The lake is that way, so I didn't want the pad where the trailers go to be higher than the driveway because that would cause me water problems. So I think I did a pretty good job of keeping that slope down towards the lake. That turned out pretty good, I think. Most of the driveway here, I got it back flat, except for, like I said, that little humpy right there. But it's not a big deal, and it'll flatten and it'll settle over time. And then here's where I'm parking my trailers. Turned out reasonably well. I wish I could have squared off these edges, you know, a little bit nicer. But like I said, over time, each year when I put a little more gravel down, I'll clean it up over time. And then what you didn't see on camera was how many times I rolled back and forth across all of this new gravel with the tractor. This area here is just as I mentioned where I'm going to park my trailer, so it's not going to get a lot of vehicle traffic, which is not great because you want it to compress. You want that stone to get hard like rock, especially before the winter. So I think what I'm going to do is just leave this open, and then whenever I'm up and down each day or each week, I'm just going to whip in here and keep running it over to try to get weight on it, to try to get it to compress. That, along with all the rains in the next 2.5 months before winter, is going to help. Same thing with the driveway here. It'll get the vehicle traffic, so I'm not too worried. Other than that, my feathering wasn't that great today, but it's been a while since I've done it. But it's like anything else. It's a skill you get better at over time. At the end of the day, we've opened this corner up. I have a much softer corner coming around into the cottage and leaving. And we're going to keep it that wide. And we'll just keep building on it each year like I do different parts of the driveway. And I've now got a half decent place to park my boats and my trailers. Well, thanks for sticking around today. I hope you enjoyed this little mini series on the work I had to do around the corner here. I think it looks a lot better and it was well worth the effort and a little bit of money. Have a wonderful week with your families. Please be kind to each other, and I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers.